Hello dear students, this is Manjula Devi P, Assistant Professor in GFGC Kanakpura. In this session, I am talking about Strategic Management Unit 2, which is there in BBA 6th semester, Bangalore University. So in Unit 2, what is the topic that I am actually discussing about? Here we are talking about socio-cultural environment. When we are doing the environment appraisal, what is the role of social and cultural environment on the business organization? So how the society and culture has an impact on the business organization, and when you are doing an environmental scanning about social and cultural factors, what are the things that you have to consider, and how the basic values, core values, religion, caste system, everything which is there in the social and cultural front has an impact on the business organization, and how the variables in the society and culture are changing, the social pattern, beliefs, value system. So it is all changing, and how this can have an impact, or how this can give an opportunity for the business, how business can use this opportunity in order to create value. Okay, so this is the subject matter of this session. First and foremost, what is social cultural environment? Socio cultural aspect includes changes in culture and demographics. Okay, what is culture? Culture is again the combination of factors like the religion, caste, the beliefs, value system, and again it includes whole lot of variable like the food habit, festivals, it has the clothing pattern, so it has the rituals that they do at the time of marriage, or at the time of like any event, housewarming, or anything. So it is all part of the culture. Then social aspect focus on the variables within the society. Again, in the society, what are the different variables? Again, I told the cultural variables. Again, in the society format, again it includes whole lot of demography factors like the age group, the marital state, the average life expectancy, the mortality rate. So all those things are part of the societal factors. Then why this social and cultural becomes important? Because it is significant, because it has an considerable influence on the success of the business in any chosen environment. Okay, so business may be well established, they may be very nice, very good, operating successfully in one particular locality or region. Not necessarily they will succeed anywhere they go because of this factor. Suppose if you remember, or if you just to give you the Tata Nano case study. So hope you would have heard about the brand Tata and the Tata Nano. Anyway, now it is not so popular, it is moving out of the market. Anyway, production has stopped. The story behind Tata Nano is Ratan Tata was going in his car on a rainy day, and the car stopped in the signal. Then he just looked around. There was one family on a two-wheeler, husband, wife, and a child. They were finding it so difficult in that rainy season. They got completely drenched, and he was struggling to go in the two-wheeler. Then the idea came to Ratan Tata, what if we can produce a car which is affordable to the people who can afford a two-wheeler. Anyway, any decent two-wheeler nowadays is about 80 to 90,000. Suppose if they can put little extra, suppose say 1.5 lakhs if they are able to spend, and if they have a car, then husband, wife, and two kids can comfortably travel. So he got this idea. Then he discussed with his team members, the engineers and technicians, and then they came up with the model, the idea. Then they approached the government. So in West Bengal, in a place called Singur, they wanted to start the project, but there was an opposition by the local people that they don't want to give their land or whatever for the plant. Then it got shifted to Gujarat. That means though Tata may be doing so well in Gujarat, but not so, I mean, they could not start their unit in West Bengal. So that means, what are the factors? Of course, there may be a whole lot of political factors, but the socio-cultural aspect, if you think, the mentality of the locality or the society or the cultural aspect, so you have to look into, isn't it? So it has a great influence on the success of the business in that particular environment. Okay. Then failure to understand, then if I want to complete the Tata Nano story, they started in Gujarat. Initially it was a grand success, many units got sold, but eventually, okay, the production, the demand reduced and they had to stop the production, and of course they are focusing on other brands. Tata is a very well known company. It's a conglomerate. They have a whole lot of products, goods and services in its basket. So they have many more models which came up and they are running successfully. Yeah, to continue with the socio-cultural aspect, failure to understand how important these factors can lead to poor performance. So if you just ignore, or if you don't give this importance to social cultural aspect, then eventually it may lead to poor performance. Because when you talk about your human resource, of course they're all individuals, they're all having their own cultural, social background, and when they're all working in one place, it's very important that you know the background of it, isn't it? Because something may be taboo in any religion or something may be prohibited in any of the cultures. So you cannot, if you are not aware as a business unit or as a business organization, if you are not aware of the culture and the background of the society and the people there, so it's very difficult for you to run operation, successfully in that environment. So though it looks very superficial, or it looks so common, what is so great about society and cultural factors, but no, it's actually important. It's as important as any other environmental factors, because for the long run success, or even to take the first step of your business in a particular locality, you need to know, you need to do the thorough scanning of the socio and cultural aspect in that particular environment. Then what are the social factors? So social factors include, of course, the population size and the rate of growth, okay. Then the age distribution in that locality. What is the age distribution? Number of, on an average, what is the age factor you have? Then wealth and income distribution, or if there is any disparities, or is that region mainly surrounded by rich people, or is that region mainly surrounded by people with below poverty line? So likewise, or what is the income distribution? Is it equal or unequal? Like when we talk about say state wise, okay, of course in every state there are people above poverty and below poverty, but if we look into some of the states, suppose like Orissa, it is considered as a state which is not so developed because of so many geographical factors, in fact, because it is usually flooded and not much of the improvement takes place. Or some of the northeast states, where Mizoram or places like that, where because of Nagaland, so because of the tribal background, or because people don't want to it's like there is no much improvement, because again geographical factors, political factors, and many factors considered together, isn't it? So states like Gujarat, or it can be of course Karnataka, or states like Kerala, so which is considered to be more developed, because of again many factors. So likewise, if we talk about the wealth and income distribution disparities, so you have to see what is the extent of the wealth and income distribution, or if it is unequal distribution. Then social mobility. So social mobility means, are the people ready to move to the different parts of the country, or do you get the laborers or employees, both skilled and unskilled, in that particular society? Again, if you see, of course we see so much of social mobility of laborers, especially during this lockdown. We witnessed even last year 2020 as well as 2021 very pathetic state of social mobility. That means the laborers, those who came from either North Karnataka or even northern states, or eastern states or northeastern states, where they came here as laborers, but maybe because of lockdown or because of COVID situation, they had to go back. There was no much of transportation, and like they lost jobs. So likewise, the social mobility in that particular locality, is there good social mobility among the skilled and unskilled laborers? Then job market mobility and attitude to work. Again, it's important. Is that, suppose there are metro cities we see, like Bangalore, Delhi, Calcutta, Mumbai. So these are the metro cities where job market, like ready job market, is available. Depends on your qualification, right from IT sector to the daily wages construction laborer, like there are more opportunities. So in the area, in the society, or in the place where you're starting your organization, do they have good job market mobility? And what is the people attitude towards work? Are they more workaholic, or are they do they prefer more leisure time compared to work? So likewise, again, there are some set stereotypes about some of the regions. Okay, this particular region they are very hardworking, this particular region they are not so hardworking, or this region has more inclination towards this sector. So all those, suppose if you talk about Bangalore, it is considered as IT hub, or if you talk about Punjab, it's more of agriculture. So likewise, okay. And if you talk about Gujarat, Surat and all, it's more of textiles. Tirupur is again known for textile. Again, some of Gujarat, some Surat is known for diamonds, isn't it? So likewise, there are some sectors where it is the attitude towards a particular work is more favorable, or the people have more competency in particular type of work. So all those things you have to consider. Then health and education levels, very important social factor. When you are doing an environmental scanning, particularly with regarding societal factors, what is the extent of education? Because this education background gives you the availability of the human resource, skilled and unskilled. Okay. Again, we have to look into the literacy rate, we have to look into the census reports given by the government. Again, literacy rate is high in some of the states like Kerala. Literacy rate may be too low in some of the states, So all those things you have to see when you are starting an organization. Okay. Again, health, when it comes to mortality rate, when it comes to life expectancy, so all those things has to be studied when we are talking about social factors. Then what are the cultural factors? Very important, language. So in India, where it's a diverse country, so language, even the style of language. If we talk about Kannada, Kannada is spoken in say 10 different ways in different part of Karnataka, isn't it? Same way, every region, every place has its own that native touch of the language. So very important, and the meaning of the words, meaning of the gestures. So all those things differ when you go for a different part of the country. So being a business organization, you need to know about this very sensitive matter, in fact, okay, language, and it is the meaning of both verbal and non-verbal communication. Then the religion, again, one of the very important sensitive aspect when we are doing the environmental scanning. The religion aspect also has, though it's a secular country by constitution, but of course we have caste and religion in place. Okay, so being a business unit, you have to consider what is that religion, or what in that region, what is the distribution of religions. And because religion is actually attached with so many things: food habit, clothing, attitude, value system, everything. Somewhere or the other, the religion gives the root for it. Okay, so being a environmental scanning, you have to consider the religion aspect also, then values, their attitude, all those things part of the cultural factors. Now, being a business organization, so you need to know about the, and you need to constantly check the changes in it. As I said, it may not be rigid. Okay, when it comes to the ceremonies, like the rituals they do in marriages, like now there is a influence. South India had its own way, North India had its own way. Again, in South India, like the rituals are different in Karnataka, in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, like that. But now there is a change in the pattern. Okay, when it comes to dressing, clothing also. So you can see there is a long ago, say the South Indian clothing pattern was completely different. Okay, the salwar kameez was part of North Indian culture. South India, they had lehenga, they had sari, they had something called langa blouse, and they had dawni, something chaniya choli in Gujarat, something like that. But now, except in the on a traditional context, otherwise the common clothing pattern has changed. Again, even there is a great influence of Western clothing also, which has come into picture. So now you see so many online clothing platforms have come, and the habit of people, I mean the what do you call, the buying pattern of clothing also has changed, completely changed. Earlier the concept of buying clothes was only for festivals, on for some occasions. So now it's not like that. People do shop clothes casually also. Okay, they don't have to wait for a festival or an occasion to come. If they find something attractive online, then they will buy. Okay, so that means these are the changes that is taking place in the societal and cultural factor. Again, societal, so when we talk about caste system, or when we talk about the family system, so again there is a change. Okay, there is a change. Earlier it was a joint family, as you all know, but now the family system has changed. Now it is nuclear family, then again a nuclear family. Suppose if the grown up kids are there, if they are going for jobs or colleges, again in the same city, they may be living in different parts of the same city, because it's more convenient for wherever they say. And this PG culture has come. PG means paying guest, so which has made even more easier for people to mobilize from one, in the same city, from one part to the other part. So likewise, this societal and cultural norms, they are not static. Okay, it keeps changing. Okay, there's a change over a period of time. There's a great influence of the environment, I mean the external environment, on this social and cultural factors also. So now, as a business unit, when you are doing an environmental scanning, so you have to look into the variables. What are those variables which you have to adopt in your business, or what are the precautions or measures that you have to take in order to deal with this social and cultural factors? And also you have to look into the opportunities that can arise because of this change in the social and cultural factors. Okay, so both the ways, like you have to be ready to make yourself ready to operate in that social cultural environment. At the same time, you have to take the opportunity of the changes in the social cultural factors. Okay, it's always two way. Business influences the social cultural factors and also gets influenced by the social and cultural factors. So it's a two way exchange of the resources. So what are the factors which influence the business organization? Social concerns, social attitudes, the family structure, role of women in the society, education levels. I think we have discussed about all these in the due course of our discussion. So, all these societal and cultural factors has a great impact on the business organization. As I said earlier, I just want to repeat it again. It's like being a business organization, when you are doing an environmental scanning, you have to see the scenario, the cultural and social scenario, and adopt your whatever the policies and ways of doing according to the social and cultural norms which is prevailing. Then slowly look into the trends, the changes that is happening, pick those changes or the variables which is changing, and use that as an opportunity to improve your business. Like I was talking about clothing, I was talking about online food delivery, I was talking about the rituals or things which has changed. So now as a business, you take that as an opportunity and see how well you can use those changing variables for your purpose. Then if we just have to recap, if we have to conclude the social factors, it primarily affects the social and cultural environment, strategic management process within the organization in the areas of mission and objective setting. So your mission of the company, your objectives, your broader purpose, vision. So all these things are affected by the social and environment cultural factors of the own business as well as the society. Then they should make a constant effort to track the social changes and convert or make changes in its own approach of products and services to suit the changing preferences. Okay. So if you are not responding for the societal changes, then you're about to close your business. You are going to close your business if you are not changing according to the changed need of the society. Like we have so many examples of the business houses which they have changed because they are not, they have closed because they have not changed. So I was talking about music, I was talking about entertainment, I was talking about movies. Of course it has all changed, so that's still there. But if you are a company who don't want to change, though the situation or the environment, your surrounding, your society has changed, if you are still doing the same product and service, so you have to vanish or you have to move out of the market. So I can quote an example of HMT watches. Okay. So HMT watch was a premium brand once upon a time, maybe in the time of our parents. So it was a government sector organization. So at that time, wearing a HMT watch was a symbol of pride. Okay, it was a dowry element. In fact, for the bridegroom, they used to gift HMT watch. So it was that posh. But today it's gone out of the market because the very concept of wrist watches have changed. Okay, so actually the new generation are not wearing watches. If they wear also, it is a fashion statement. The purpose of watch is not to just see the time, it is become a fashion element. The new designs, it has to match with their attire, it has to go with the trend. So all those things, but HMT couldn't change. They had their own basic pattern, and it was expensive, costly. So and many companies have come which were reasonable, which were trendy, which had new designs and things. So people shifted, moved to it. Okay. So same way, what I am trying to say, if you are not changing, you have to move out of the market. Then it is complex, as I said, it is very sensitive also. Okay, the society and cultural, all these religion, language, caste things and all, it's very sensitive. So being in business organization, you have to be very careful and diplomatic about the way you respond to it. Okay, a small mistake here and there may lead to big issues. Okay, yes, these are the references which you can go through for further studies about the topic. Hope you have understood the concept. We'll meet in the next session with a new topic. Thank you very much.